Hey trainers, welcome to my gaming channel, Chicken Plays here, Pokemon Masters, and we're going to dive into Sygna Red's sync grid. And so here are going to be the sync grids throughout this video, and I'm going to show gameplays of each one. So the first one I'm going to start with is Sygna Red the first time you pull him, and you only keep him at sync level 1. And so for those of you who just recently pulled Red, or you've had Red for a while, this is going to be my personal take on Sygna Red at sync level 1. Now throughout this video, I'm going to tell you right now, I do not go for the Flare Blitz route. So the Flare Blitz route would be the bottom left here. And the reason is because of the fact that most, or maybe some of you already know, the fact that Flare Blitz recoils. But yes, there are these passives that reduces the recoil damage. So Stand Fast 5 does that. However, it's still chipping away the HP of Sygna Red's Charizard. So throughout this video, this is going to be a Heat Wave or Blast Burn mix build, in my opinion, for Sygna Red, and is the best route to go. So going into Sygna Red sync level 1, we're going to focus on building Sygna Red's stats along with the Heat Wave powering up and the Blast Burn power up. So I'm unlocking right now, and of course for each of these sync grids you're going to have to unlock this around the center, okay? And so what I'm going to focus on first is the top right here. Build on special attack +5, give some power up to Charizard's Heat Wave here. Right, so I'm going to give 4 of these Heat Wave power +3. And then I'm going to build off the speed of Charizard because Charizard's speed is pretty good. And the Blast Burn +4. Now, here's some more speed along with another Blast Burn +4 power up. Okay. And so we still have leftovers, so we can give some more speed for Charizard, as well as the special attack going to the top left. So let's unlock this here. Special attack +5. We're going to give some Charizard of defense, and as well as another special attack +5. And so we've already completed just enough to get this sync grid. We have 2 energy left over, but that's okay. And so we built Charizard's speed, special attack as well. We got 4 Heat Wave power up, and Blast Burn powered up. So let's bring this particular sync level 1 to Charizard. Now keep in mind the attack damage, special attack damage from my Charizard will be different from yours, to those of you who have a sync level 1. 2 things. Why? Because my Charizard is a sync level 4 out of 5, and that's why I could do a sync level 3 in this case, unlocking in the sync grid. And I also have him at Power Flux 3. But anyways, we're gonna bring him to the training area, and we're gonna take him to let's do Lysa. I have yet to unlock this. Alright, we'll do a couple of this here. Alright, so what we focused on is Heat Wave and Blast Burn. Alright, so we're going to do some buffs here. I'm bringing Rosa throughout this whole thing. There are no fire gear included throughout this video. I'm going to use a Dire Hit Plus, and then, of course, Heat Wave. So that's going to be your key here, because Heat Wave has been powered up for the sync level 1. This is what you're going to find happening. Alright, and trainers, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more Pokemon Masters content as well as sync grids. Alright, so we're ready to do that sync move. Or just that propulsion just really helped us get down to using our sync move. Awesome. So that's sync level 1. Of course, let me know how you feel about the first sync grid. Okay, now let's head to sync level 2. Let's say you pulled Charizard 2 times, the first time, and you were lucky to get him the second time. So we're going to head into the sync grid of Charizard and reset the whole thing. Okay? So we're going to reset this whole grid here. Yes. we still have 750 orbs. So we're going to go right into his second sync grid. Now, the great thing about his second sync grid are two things. My Destiny Status Quo 4. This is what we want to make sure we unlock for him. My Destiny has a good chance of returning the user's lowered stats to normal when a move is successful. So the idea behind it is that stats are lowered when you use that move, but there is a chance that Charizard's stats will regain back to its normal condition. So here's the build with Status Quo 4, along with the Power Reserves 2 in my opinion. So we're going to unlock, again, the center. Okay, and now we're going to focus on unlocking that Status Quo, my Status Quo 4, My Destiny. And then along the bottom right, we want to get that Power Reserves too, because that's really helpful for Charizard, especially when he's in a pinch. So it's going to power up his moves in general. And then, of course, we're going to get some Heat Wave here. You have options. You can get a Heat Wave and a Blast Burn, or you could just get 2 of these Heat Waves. Alright? And so the rest of the stats will be for the Special Attack +5. You can do Defense +5. Special Attack +5 here for the top left. And then on top right, because you will have leftovers, but you can play around with it. Special Defense +5. We'll give Charizard some speed here. And the last thing is Speed +5 for that last energy too. So this is going to be what, in my opinion, and maybe you have a personal preference, of the Status Quo 4 for a Sync Level 2 Charizard, along with the Power Reserves 2. Now here are the Sync Grid skill details. Okay? And now we're going to take this into a battle again. So here's what it looks like for a Sync Level 2. We're gonna go right into, let's go into here, a level up course. Let's go into this right here. Okay, so I'm gonna use My Destiny, give some power up, let's say during a fight. Okay, we didn't get the Status Quo there, but let's use My Destiny one more time, just so that we can see that it works. There we go, Status Quo 4, you saw that? It's back to its normal condition, and you can locate below Charizard that we don't have any stats lowered, and it's just the rest of the other stats that increase, which is great. So we're going to use Heat Wave now. Okay, so that's Status Quo 4, which is really good. I'm going to go into another battle here. Let's go into a more difficult level in Ultra Hard. Alright, I'm not going to use X Special Attack all. So from Superior, we're just going to focus on Charizard. So let's use My Destiny. Status Quo 4 got its defense and special defense back. So I'm going to press My Destiny again. And look at that. We were so lucky to have that good chance. And we don't have to worry about our stats decreasing regarding defense and special defense of Charizard. Now we focused on Heat Wave, right? For the Sync Level 2. So we're going to use Heat Wave here. Alright, this should do it. Oh, it's really close to fainting, so I'm going to use a Blast Burn to finish off Rally. Great. Awesome. And then finally, we're going to go right into the final build for Charizard that has a Sync level of 3. Let's say you're really, really lucky that you pulled Charizard 3 times or up. So we're going to go into a Sync Grid again. we're going to reset his whole grid here. And so you're probably wondering, I have a 3 out of 5 Charizard, or 4 or 5. So luckily for me, I do have a 4 out of 5 Charizard. And I have the advantage to already have, or to be able to unlock the outer parts of the sync grid that we couldn't unlock when we were level 2 or level 1. Now, of course, we're going to look at the top left here. We're going to focus on My Destiny Stats Quo 4, which is really great. So I would suggest that for level 3 or higher. And I'm going to give Charizard some Heat Wave. Now you have the ability to play around with this, so you can possibly have Charizard go for a Blast Burn and 2 Heat Waves, or vice versa. We're going to give Charizard some speed. And finally, the most important thing for Sync Level 3 Charizard is not just his Power Reserves 2, but you've probably heard this before, or maybe were wondering what this is, Rejuvenate 6. So we have 120 Sync Orbs left. We're going to definitely unlock this. Rejuvenate 6 increases the user's move gauge by 6 after using a Sync move. This is a staple. This is what you must have for a Sygna Suit Red and Charizard, because replenishing the gauge in general during battles in Pokemon Masters is so useful. You've already seen, for example, Delibird's ability to increase the move gauge from Rosanta. So increasing the user's move gauge after a Sync move, so Charizard becomes Megazard and his Sync move or Sync gauge is replenished all the way back up to 6 bars. So let me show you what that looks like here. Alright, well, I kind of sped through that, but this is what this grid skill details look like. Alright, and this is what it looks like from afar here. Okay, so we got 3 Heat Waves, we got the Stats Quo 4, My Destiny, Power Reserves 2, and the Rejuvenate 6. Let's take Charizard now to a battle. We're going to take him to, let's take him to the level up course again.
Careful you don't freeze up.
There's Stats Quo. We got Propulsion 1. Alright, I'm just gonna do trainer moves here. Okay, so let's say I use Blast Burn on this Delibird, right? Look at the move gauge bar below, right? So I'm gonna use the Sync move here. Notice I don't have a full bar, but afterwards I got Rejuvenate 6 for a huge bar increase for this Charizard. So that's a Sync level 3 and higher Charizard. And so that's going to be it for this video regarding Charizard and his Sync grid. Trainers, if this video has helped you, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more Pokemon Masters content. And there you have it. All 3 from Sync level 1 to Sync level 3 Sync grid for Charizard. Until then, trainers, I will see you on the battlefield.